the Dota 2 incident. In early 2015, a 26-year-old Filipino man named Arnel trained intensely for an upcoming amateur Dota 2 tournament in Manila. The cafe where he practiced operated 24/7, and players frequently stayed overnight to sharpen their skills. For several days, Arnel practiced nightly, living on instant noodles and energy drinks. The night before the tournament, he joined teammates for a final practice session that stretched past midnight. As fatigue set in, witnesses saw him sweating heavily, clutching his chest at times, but insisting he could push through a few more matches. Around dawn, he slumped onto his keyboard and fell from his chair. Friends and staff attempted to revive him, but paramedics pronounced him dead at the scene. The Diablo 3 incident. When Diablo 3 launched in 2012, excitement peaked among players worldwide. In Taiwan, an 18-year-old rented a private room in a gaming cafe and played for more than 40 hours straight, engaging in non-stop dungeon runs and boss fights. Staff noticed he consumed very little food and only a few energy drinks. In the early hours of the second day, he slumped over his desk. Emergency responders confirmed he had died on site. In a chilling reflection of gaming culture at the time, players around him reportedly continued gaming for hours before anyone realized what had happened. The League of Legends Incident. In 2012, a 20-year-old man named Wei was found dead in a Taipei internet cafe after playing League of Legends for roughly 23 hours non-stop. He consumed sugary snacks and drinks throughout, refusing to leave his seat for rest or bathroom breaks. Witnesses recalled him complaining of chest pain, dizziness, and blurred vision during the final hours, but he chose to keep playing. An autopsy later confirmed he had suffered an acute myocardial infarction worsened by sleep deprivation and extreme fatigue. Blood tests showed dehydration, elevated cortisol, and high lactic acid levels, clear indicators of prolonged physical and psychological stress. Taiwanese media widely publicized the case as a warning about extreme gaming habits. The World of Warcraft Incident. In 2005, a 28-year-old South Korean man, identified as Kim, spent nearly 50 hours straight playing World of Warcraft at an internet cafe in Seoul. He was engaged in a long, high-stakes guild raid for rare loot and survived only on instant noodles and caffeinated drinks. By hour 40, Kim appeared extremely pale, sweating profusely, and showing mild tremors. Yet he refused to stop. Cafe staff assumed exhaustion until, during a short break, Kim attempted to stand and collapsed. Paramedics confirmed he had gone into cardiac arrest due to acute exhaustion and severe dehydration. Medical reports revealed an elevated heart rate, electrolyte imbalance, and early thrombosis, all contributing to his death. The incident prompted South Korean authorities to introduce mandatory break guidelines and time limits in PC bangs. The StarCraft Incident. South Korea's competitive StarCraft scene is known for marathon sessions, but in 2005, a 30-year-old man named Lee pushed beyond physical limits. Over 72 hours at an internet cafe in Daegu, he played continuous ladder matches with only brief pauses for snacks. Witnesses described him as increasingly unresponsive, pale, and showing obvious signs of dehydration. Dry lips, sunken eyes, and sluggish movement. On the third day, he suddenly collapsed mid-match and died soon after. The EverQuest Incident. In November 2002, 21-year-old Sean Woolley from Wisconsin dedicated a long weekend to EverQuest, an online multiplayer RPG. He returned home with groceries and soda on Friday, locked the door, and didn't leave again. Over the next 30 hours, Woolley played raids and quests with his online team, taking only short breaks. Friends noticed he complained of dizziness and blurred vision but kept playing. His mother said he had a history of gaming for long hours and often skipped proper meals. Late at night, he briefly logged off but soon rejoined the game. His responses in chat slowed until his character went idle. When repeated attempts to reach him failed, his mother called authorities. They entered his apartment and found him collapsed near his desk. The Counter-Strike Incident. In 2010, A 17-year-old Russian teen named Rustam settled in for what he called a short weekend session of Counter-Strike. He shut himself in his darkened bedroom Friday evening, surrounded by energy drinks, chips, and instant noodles. His parents checked on him occasionally and noticed his eyes were strained and his skin unusually pale. Rustam insisted he felt fine. By the second day, friends reported that his voice over the microphone had grown hoarse and slow. He frequently mumbled, "Just one more round." Family members said he barely responded when they entered his room, leaving only for quick bathroom breaks. By the second night, his hands visibly trembled. His speech was slurred, and teammates said he sounded disoriented. Yet he continued playing. Early the next morning, a heavy thud was heard. Relatives found him on the floor beside his chair, still gripping the mouse. Emergency responders attempted to revive him, but he was pronounced dead on sight. The Fortnite Incident. In 2019, a 14-year-old UK boy spent an entire weekend playing Fortnite in continuous sessions. Friends said he refused to take breaks, staying in one position for hours. By Saturday, he had skipped all meals and was living only on energy drinks. His room remained dark except for the glow of his monitor. He experienced headaches and blurred vision but insisted on finishing one more match. By Sunday evening, he was pale and sweating heavily, yet he continued. Later that night, a crashing sound alerted his family. They found him collapsed beside his chair, the game lobby still open. Despite rapid medical response, he could not be revived. The Minecraft Incident. In the UK, a 15-year-old boy named Oliver embarked on what he called his largest build ever in Minecraft. Determined to complete it during school holidays, he spent 5 straight days at his computer, surviving on snacks and soda left outside his room. Sleep came in short naps lasting less than an hour, often with his headset still on. Friends noticed that by day 4, he sounded confused and repeated himself in conversations. Despite their warnings, he continued building. On the 5th night, his avatar became motionless. Friends assumed he had fallen asleep. The next morning, family members found him slumped in his chair with the unfinished build still on the screen. He died before reaching the hospital.